Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk to you about Record Store Day. It's coming up this Saturday. I'm very excited. I have a wish list I want to share with you. I have some sneak peeks, if you will, of records that have been sent my way that's going to be available for Record Store Day. And I want to talk to you about the turkey in the room, the cringiest release of Record Store Day in history, in my opinion. It is the trifecta of cringe. And I want to talk to you about that particular release. You may disagree. This might be the top of your list, which would be hilarious to me, but I would respect that. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about 3 releases that are going to be available. I was able to get promotional copies of that I want to talk to you about from the Elemental Music label, along with Zev Feldman, the jazz detective. They have been so reliable of putting out great quality records for so many record store days now, and they have been on top of my list when it comes to records. Now, fortunately, I do have a promotional copy. If I didn't, this one would be top of the list. This first one, Bill Evans, Further Ahead, live in Finland from 1964 through 1969. These are beautiful performances. I know a lot of us, when it comes to Record Store Day, we get very nervous when it comes to live albums. Don't be worried about Elemental Music. Don't be worried about this one. It's beautiful. It sounds great. And it is Bill Evans sounding fantastic. He is with a different grouping of other musicians from time to time. So you're getting people like Chuck Ezrills at time. You're getting Eddie Gomez, Marty Morell, some people, Lee Konitz. I mean, just an incredible lineup, but there's different lineups and a lot of really great songs. So if you are a Bill Evans fan and you love piano, I love this picture. This is probably my favorite. I love that one. It sounds great. It's enjoyable. It has a live performance feel, like you sit back and you're in the room. And it comes with a wonderful booklet, again, sharing information and a lot of the musicians who worked with Bill Evans talking and sharing their memories. And it's always beautiful to hear what people have to say about what was going on with Bill Evans and the talent and the inspiration, especially Marty Morell. He kind of touches me because before he ever got to play with Bill Evans, he was practicing his drums with Bill Evans records. So it's a beautiful book. Once again, a great release. And I love the Bill Evans releases from the Elemental Music label. The Bill Evans record store releases have kind of became a collection within my vinyl collection, and I won't miss an opportunity to pick one up. I've bought so many in the past. I'm glad to get a promotional copy. And again, it sounds great. You don't have to worry about sound quality. It's wonderful. The vinyl was quiet and it was very, very enjoyable listen. Now I want to talk, oh, and it's 2 LPs, by the way. So you get 2 really good LPs. Now this next one is one that I really loved as well. Art Pepper, An Afternoon in Norway, the Kongsberg Concert. This one is also another great release. And what I really loved, and I said, you know, you sit back, you feel like you're part of the crowd with the Bill Evans one, and that's true. But I don't think I've ever had a release where I felt like I was more a part of being there live, because Art Pepper actually addresses the audience. He introduces his band. He talks in between songs here and there, not a lot, but a little bit. And it really does feel like you're sitting there, and it's just an amazing performance. The sound quality is wonderful. There's a wonderful, very touching song or version of his song Patricia about his daughter that he did not get to have a great relationship with for personal reasons, with the divorce of an ex-wife. And it's really moving on here. Maybe the best you'll ever hear that song, along with others. And it's 2 LPs, wonderful, wonderful music. And I don't have a ton of Art Pepper in my collection. I have a lot of jazz records, not a ton of Art Pepper. I don't see his work as often. So being able to get something like this is terrific, with beautiful pictures, wonderful reading. Just wonderful. So I love this picture. So beautiful. And him and Carl Burnett had a great relationship. So again, Art Pepper, if you're a fan, do not hesitate. This is a wonderful release from the Elemental Music label. Next up is Patsy Cline, The Lost Recordings. It's actually called Imagine That, The Lost Recordings, 1954 through 1963. Now, I've talked to you about the sound quality of the first two releases. They're great. They sound beautiful. This one is more archival. These are songs that have been unearthed, recordings that have been unearthed, and we're talking from an extremely long time ago, from the 50s, from the very early 60s. A lot of great stuff. And if you're a Patsy Cline fan, it's still an extremely enjoyable listen. And it's got, you can't not think of the human element when you're thinking of these lost recordings. Her daughter, who, has grown up with the memory of her mother all of these years, has said that in the past people have said, oh, I think there's some recordings from this, or there may be some recordings from that, that had never really surfaced. These recordings were so important because when it comes to Patsy Cline, there were some songs that even her daughter had never heard her sing before that are now available. And the packaging is gorgeous. Once again, you're getting great takes of so many songs. Of course, I Fall to Pieces is the one I know the most, and there's different versions of that on here. The sound quality is different from these live performances by Art Pepper and Bill Evans, but this is still an enjoyable listen because you're hearing lost recordings, and I can't only imagine the emotion that came out from her daughter, when she realized there was some music that she had never heard her songs she had never heard her mother sing. I know my mom was a singer and she liked to record on cassette some of her songs that she would practice. When she passed away and I was clearing out her things, I would have given anything to have found one of those cassettes. So if you're a Patsy Cline fan, you're going to probably have very similar feelings. And this book is wonderful. It's a little thicker than the Art Pepper and the Bill Evans. And there's some really beautiful pictures of Patsy Cline. Some of them performing at the old Grand Ole Opry. And just really cool. So, and a lot of great reading from her daughter and other people. 2 LPs. And if you are a Patsy Cline fan, wow, it is a great release. So those are from Elemental Music and Zev Feldman. They always do great work. And if you see these and you like any of those artists, pick them up. You won't regret it. So now I also want to talk to you about what's on my wish list. And I'm not going to be able to buy all of these records. I don't even know if I completely want all of them, especially when you start adding up prices. I'm going to try to go to Record Store Day. I want to get there early. I'm hoping to have a really good selection. I don't know what I'll end up with in the end, but let's go ahead and talk about some of them that I'm thinking about. First one is David Bowie, Ready, Set, Go. It's a 2 LP RSD exclusive. There's going to be 6,400 of them. I love David Bowie, so that's a plus, and I think this would be a very cool record to have. It doesn't have any of the big hits on it, but I still think, it's David Bowie. It's got my interest. Whether I pick it up or not, I don't really know yet. It's going to depend on my mood, what I'm in the mood to spend at that time. Unfortunately, I haven't been playing the lottery, therefore I haven't won. It's kind of a vicious cycle. But anyway, so I don't have all the money that I would want to be able to buy all of these. The next one is Vince Guaraldi, Jazz Impressions of a Boy Named Charlie Brown. This is going to be on blue vinyl. It's a Record Store Day exclusive again on blue vinyl, and it's going to be 3,000 copies. Now, I love piano playing. That's my favorite, jazz piano. So This is a very big temptation. Another thing that's really cool about this one is the song Happiness is going to be on here. And that is one of those songs, one of my favorites that we used to sing in grade school. We had a little music class and we would sing and play instruments. And I loved Happiness Is. It's one of my favorites that I remember singing as a little girl. So will the sentimental side win out? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so the next one is Wes Montgomery and Wynton Kelly, Smokin' in Seattle, live at the Penthouse. I love Wes Montgomery. This is going to be, again, a Record Store Day exclusive, and there's only 1,500 copies out there. Very tempting because, again, I love Wes Montgomery's guitar playing. So I think this would be a very cool one to own. It just depends on the price, what else I see, whether I pick that one up. Prince and the New Power Generation. This is going to be a very tempting one, but it's probably also going to be very pricey. It's 3 LPs. It's a concert. And it's going to be a Record Store Day exclusive, limited to 4,000 copies. There's songs like Thieves in the Temple, Nothing Compares to You, and Diamonds and Pearls on here. So, I love that era of Prince. And I don't have anything like that when it comes to concerts. So that one's definitely got my attention. I just think it's going to be very, very expensive. The next one is the Rolling Stones. This is going to be a Record Store Day first. So I will have another chance to buy it. The problem is you never know when or if, sometimes maybe things they think are going to be firsts end up being just exclusives. They never actually come out. This is going to be on clear vinyl. It's Rolling Stones Out of Our Heads. I don't know if I want this one or not. I'm kind of going back and forth. I think it's interesting because they are going back to the master tapes. The copies I have of this are digital. So it kind of makes me wonder, is it going to sound better? But it's going to be on clear vinyl, which is not my favorite. I'd rather it be on black vinyl. So I don't know if I'm going to pick that one up. I just think it's intriguing. The Rolling Stones Out of Our Heads mono Record Store Day release. Also, Sting. This one's very interesting to me. Sting 3.0 Live Deluxe. I saw the track listing. It's a lot of Police. It's a lot of his best solo songs. I think it's interesting. And I have some Police live albums that have come out Record Store Day past that I love. So this one's really, really interesting to me. Now, it's going to be 2 LPs. It is a Record Store Day first. And it's limited to 3,000 copies. So not a ton of them. I think this is going to be one that I'm going to want. I hope that I am able to get it. I don't know. I don't know. I will have another chance. If I can't get it for Record Store Day, I'm comforted in the fact that it's a first. And I've seen little clippets of Sting actually talking about this and showing a video of him play. He puts his own record, this one, on the turntable, starts playing it. It looks really cool. We'll see. The next one is one that I'm probably going to pass on, not because I necessarily want to, it's because I don't have enough information. It's called Dave Stewart, Dave Does Dylan. I would love to hear this. It's a brand new release. It is a Record Store Day first. There's going to be 1,100 copies of it. The problem is I've tried to look up this record and I haven't been able to hear anything. I don't know what this is going to sound like, and I don't want to do a blind buy when I have so many other records that I really, really want. If you all know of a link that will bring me to this, let me know. I don't click links, but if you'll tell me a website where I can listen to this music, I would appreciate it. But if I can't hear at least one of the songs and how this sounds, I'm just not sure I'm going to pick it up. But I think Dave Stewart is amazing, and Dave Does Dylan is very intriguing. Sweet, Disillusion Boulevard, 50th anniversary, live and demos. This is a Record Store Day exclusive. There's only going to be 1,800 copies. I love the band Sweet. I have a really sweet spot in my heart for the band Sweet, and this is probably my favorite album by them. And I just think it would be cool to have different takes and maybe some live performances from this album. They're celebrating 50th anniversary of this record, of this release. Sadly, I don't think any of the members of Sweet are still alive. But they were a great band back in the day and very, very underrated. So that's one that's got my attention. Okay, so here's another one that I think is going to be very cool. And if I see it, I'm probably going to pick it up. Alts and Outs. It's a Blue Note release. And it's just takes of very popular songs from Cannonball Adderley, Grant Green, Sonny Clark, Wayne Shorter, Art Blakey, Jimmy Smith. There's 2,500 copies on blue vinyl, so it's an RSD exclusive is what I wrote down here. And so I think this is a great one. I don't know. I just feel like I would like to have this. And I've already got a couple of my favorite jazz releases here. So, but I think this is going to be very interesting. And then that brings me to what I think is the biggest turkey for Record Store Day. I can't believe this is a release. In a year where everybody's saying this is the best Record Store Day ever, I think also they dropped the worst release. This is just my opinion. And if you don't agree with me, you can leave that in the comments. Let me know. Is this the one you're going to get up and sit out all night for? Okay, let me go ahead and tell you what it is. I haven't done this in a while. I feel like this is a drum roll moment. Okay, so drum roll. The Turkey of the Year goes to Starship. We Built This City. 12-inch single picture disc. Can you believe that? To me, that is the worst release I have ever heard of. It's so bad. It's good. It's so cringy. I can't believe that song is going to be a single on a 12-inch picture disc. And get this, the picture disc isn't even cute. It's horrible looking. It's cheesy. You know, now, if you love that song, We Built This City, that is great. I no problem. If you have special memories, if you're my age and you grew up with that and there's something special about that song, I get it. Here's my memory of that song. I'd be at a high school dance. I hated that song, loathed it. And it would be at a high school dance, they'd start playing it. And the whole gym would just clear out, from everybody dancing and having a good time to going and sitting on the bleachers. And of course, the DJ has no idea. They're like, oh my goodness, what just happened? So after playing that song for a minute, they would fade it out and then put it on another song everybody liked, like Animal by Def Leppard, or now a tired song, Moni Moni by Billy Idol. I don't ever need to hear that song again either. But We Built This City, even, I think it was like I don't know, MTV, VH1, didn't they also say that was like the worst song ever recorded? I don't know, something like that. Of course, when they say stuff like that, I'm always like, maybe I like it. I kind of rebel against what critics think are horrible. But no, on this case, this is the worst song. And that is, to me, the worst Record Store Day release. Now, before you get mad, before you take me seriously, I just have to say, it's the same person that bought this Rick Astley record store release a couple of years ago. So take it with a grain of salt, right? Just because I think it's terrible doesn't make it so. If it's the top record you want, that's awesome. Let me know in the comments, because I like having people that like something different than I do. It's interesting. It's what makes the world work, you know, with differing opinions, different tastes in music. I love that. But man, I cannot believe that's actually a release this year. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that will be the top seller. I have no idea. But anyway, let me know what you think is the worst release for Record Store Day of all time. What one would you say? Also, let me know what's on your mind and what you're looking for this Record Store Day, because a lot of times it's the comments I get from you that tip me off on something that maybe I had missed out on or had overlooked. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel, because it really does help. Most importantly, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.